Hey, welcome back to part 2 of our website building tutorial for small businesses and e-commerce. In this part of the video, we are going to learn how to open up our account, download WordPress, and learn the actual back-end structure of WordPress that allows us to put photos, content, contact information, maps, sales, coupons, recognition awards, whatever it is you choose to put up on the website. This is how you do it. Now remember, this is our starter website, so everything is free. We're treating this website very seriously. But remember, and always keep in mind that we're using this website as a tool to teach us how to get good at managing a website so that we can upgrade into something bigger and better. Now, with that being said, that means that this website will be live. People will be able to find you on the web, so we want to make everything look good. But we're developing our ideals while we are captivating an online audience. So that when we get that audience, we'll be able to upgrade and we'll know exactly what we're doing. We'll know exactly what message we want to send to our customers and potential customers, because now we know exactly what we want to say and how we want to say it through the process of working this free website. So let's get into the video. Here we are. So I chose Xfinity Free as my free hosting. In the first video, there was a list of free hosting websites that I went over in detail. So you can always review that if you are not sure who has free web hosting available for small businesses. So what you want to do is go through and register. And once you've registered, come on back to the video and we'll get started. All right, now that you're registered, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and sign in so we can get started in setting up our account. All right. Okay, so now this is inside of the dashboard of the Xfinity Free hosting. And the thing about Xfinity Free, what you need to be careful of are these advertisements. Sometimes it can be deceiving. Like it'll look like you can click on something to get you to a place inside of the website, but it's just an advertisement. So you got to watch where you're clicking in here. And remember why we're setting up this website. We're using this free website as an opportunity to learn how to manage a website, how to get good at creating content and growing an online customer base. Now, growing an online customer base can take time, so we have time with this free website to get everything just the way we want it. And when it's time to upgrade, we'll know how to manage the website. We'll know how to create proper content, and we'll know if we need to get additional resources to help create content and or manage the website. You'll have a good idea of whether it's something that you can do while you're maintaining your small business, or if you're going to have to hire out and get additional resources to help you maintain it. So once you get your website at Xfinity Free, you're going to, and another thing I want to tell you about this, along with a lot of advertisements, this is a very, very powerful free hosting site. And it caters to lots of different people at lots of different skill levels, meaning everything from your well-experienced developer to someone like us, or someone like a small business person who's very skilled in what they do but doesn't have a lot of technical skills. So you're going to see a lot once you get into the dashboard. But the first thing we want to do is click Create Account. We're going to create an account. And when you create an account, it's going to ask you to choose a domain name. Now, this has a subdomain, which it gives to you for free. And what a subdomain is something that has, for example, if you were to go to Nike, it would be Nike.com. So Nike's domain is Nike.com. And if it had a subdomain, it would be something like Nike.webbrowser.com. There would be an additional name in there that tells that lets people know about maybe the service that they're using, or something that takes away from the distinguishing quality of just being an autonomous business. So this is going to be all right for us, though, because again, this is a free website. But the thing that you want to do yourself a favor in doing is to choose a subdomain that you're going to use in your real business. So for example, let's say you have a restaurant and the name of your restaurant is the Green Garden. So you want to use that even though there's a subdomain extension attached to it, so that when you upgrade and you get your actual domain, as a matter of fact, I would recommend that you get your domain now, because you can attach your domain to this website. Or if you don't want to attach it now, you can have it, you can own it, so that when you are ready to upgrade, you already have the domain name. And when people go to find you online, they'll know how to find you online, because the name of your business hasn't changed. You'll just have like a .com or a .org or a .net or whatever it is that whatever domain extension you chose in which you own. And hopefully that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. So for this, let's name this website the test site and see if that name is available. And we're going to check the availability. And yes, it's available. So this is going to be the test site. And and so here it says account username used to log into the FTP and STQ, and account password. It says leave empty to generate randomly. So in other words, all we have to do is click create account, I think. All right, so now our account is created. It says your account has been created, and with a username here are some things you need to know. It will take a few minutes for your account to be set up, but you can log in to the control panel already. It might take up to 72 hours for the new domain to be visible everywhere due to DNS caching. And that's completely normal. Even if we were using paid hosting at this time, it would still take some time for the web browsers and servers to pick up on the domain name, because it's new and it's getting matriculated into the system. Okay, so use login to the control panel once to enable all features. Not sure what to do next? Please see the guide for some ideas and how to get started. So we're going to click finish to make sure everything is all set. And we're going to go to the control panel, and excuse me, and click website and click control panel. And we're waiting for it to populate here. And it says, notice, it's going to ask you here if you want to receive emails, if there's any updates to or anything that you need to know about in regards to your website. I'm going to click I approve because I always like to know what's going on. In case there's an issue, in case there's something new I need to know, in case a feature has been discontinued, or in case they extend more services that are available. It's always nice to have that. All right, so now we're inside the Vista panel. And where we want to go now, because we're going to be using WordPress. WordPress is a CMS software. CMS meaning Content Management System, which helps people without coding skills, which most small business owners and entrepreneurs and solopreneurs don't have the technical coding skills to use programming languages such as HTML or CSS or JavaScript to create their own content and create their own website. So what WordPress does is it does it all for you, but gives you the unique opportunity to create your own brand within their software. So it's a really cool software, and it's very, very powerful. So we want to go down to where it says software. And we want to go here to where it says Soft Oculus Apps Installer. And I hope I said that right. If I didn't, sorry. All right, so so now we're here at the inside at another inside portion of the hosting service. And as I said, this is a very, very powerful hosting service because it offers so many different options for its users. So the good news is we don't need to bother with any of this stuff. Now you can click around in it and look at it if you'd like, but it's information that you don't need to know unless you're going to learn some coding skills or things like that. But some other nice software that Infinity offers are the shopping carts for e-commerce here, Open Cart, and the real estate software that you can upload. So I think that those are really cool choices that you could use to really make your site more powerful. And I think I'll probably be doing another tutorial on how to set up an e-commerce website and how to set up your online cart. But for now, let's go to WordPress and we're going to click install. And from here, it's going to ask us a series of questions. It's going to ask us if we want the quick install or if we want to do a custom install. We're going to stick with the quick install. That makes it easy. It makes it straightforward. We don't want to mess around with any customizations because the quick install is more than enough. It's going to give us all the features we need to be able to use our website. All right, so now it's asking what's the name of the blog or what's the name of your website, because you can set this up as a business website or you can set it up as a personal blog. This is for small business purposes, so of course we're going to be setting up a small business website. So what's the name of your business? And that's what you put here. So I'm going to put Donna's website service. Now that's a name that I made up. That isn't the name of my business. This is just what I'm using here. and it says, what is the site description? And the description of what we're doing is how to set up a free website. All right. So now it wants to know if we're going to enable a multi-site, and we're going to say yes. And it's going to ask us, do we want to disable WordPress cron? And that's just saying, and please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing words. I really don't mean to. So it's saying if selected, and you can always run your cursor over something if you want to have information about what it is. It says if selected, WordPress cron will be disabled and the cron job will be added to your control panel to be executed twice an hour. So either way it's going to be done. It's just, do you want it done twice an hour, or do you want it done as per you clicking this? And we're going to go ahead and we're going to click that. Here it's asking you to create a username and password, and hopefully we can bypass that for now. But you can go ahead and do that portion. The only reason that I'm not doing it is because, of course, I'm filming this and I want to have all my passwords as confidential as possible. So if I can bypass this, I'm going to go ahead and bypass it and do it later, so I don't have to stop my filming. But for you, go ahead and stop the video and set this part of your backend site up. Now it's asking what language do you want. I'm going to choose English, but it has several languages to choose from. I want to have this backed up, which means if I run my cursor, it says back up your WordPress site and save your site from loss of data because of server crashes, hacks, dodgy updates, or bad plugins. So always a good choice. Limit login attempts. Now for me, a serial password forgetter, that ain't gonna work for me. So I'm not gonna have myself logged out after several attempts. But if that's something that works for you, if you know other people are going to be having access to your computer, or you have other, and if you have employees that you want to use this as a risk management tool, completely up to you. But for me, I'm not going to be using that. And you want to click Classic Editor. So the Classic Editor restores the previous WordPress editor and the edit post screen and makes it possible to use the plugins to extend it. So this is definitely something that we want to do. And we'll go into that in more detail later. So here are some of our advanced options. It's asking, do we want to auto upgrade plugins? Yes. And do we want to automatically upgrade WordPress themes? And we're going to say yes. And just a moment, we're going to get to the actual WordPress themes, and I can explain to you in more detail what an actual WordPress theme is. All right, so now it's asking upgrade auto. Okay, so select auto upgrade preference for this installation when a new version is available. So yeah, of course. Updating is always good. So now we can close this and reopen it to make sure our options were saved. Yes, they were. And now this is the theme, as I was discussing earlier. So if you click this show all themes, it's going to give you tons of different themes to choose from to set up your site. And one thing that you might notice here is that the themes already have pictures on them. But that's all right. You can change all of these pictures to put your own unique pictures into your website. This is just to show you what your website could potentially look like, or give you an ideal of where you might want to place your photos. So this would be a an option if you have all right. So yeah, so here is one, a theme for a blog about philosophy. This is a, it has a very minimalistic feel to it. Not too cluttered, not lots of pictures. Just, very uh, set up for like articles and posts. Here is a nice example of a business website, a nice landing page. So you have like a picture of the business, you have some PowerPoints about your business, tools, things of that nature. This one would be an Explore World. This would be another good one for a business website. So when you're looking at these things, you have to kind of imagine what you have in mind for your business. So don't, even though, for example, this is set up for a food blog and probably would be best used for that, you could also use it if you wanted to set up an auto mechanic website. You just have to have the imagination to visualize how you want it to function. But again, for our purposes, we want to keep this as simple as possible. This is a tool for us to learn how to use and manage a website, a small business website. So stick with what your business represents or what's closest to that, and we'll populate it from there. There's things for themes for beauty. There's themes for industry, for academics. So they have all kinds of choices here that help you build a powerful website for your small business. I'm going to go with this one here for small business. I'm going to click on the theme. And it's going to, so about this theme, it has an about section, it has a contact section, it has a home page, and it has a section for services. So that's perfect to set up a nice small business website. Now the only thing that this doesn't have, which, oh yeah, it does, it has the potential to have a blog, and that's good. So we're going to go ahead and choose this theme, and we're going to do that by choosing select theme. And now it's going to ask us, we try our best to use images that are free from legal perspectives. However, we do not take any responsibility for the same. Do you want to use the demo images with this theme? We're probably not. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to choose free images and how to actually populate the website. But for now, and let's finish reading this. And it says, if you click yes, then the images will be downloaded from their respective sources. If you click no, then we will use placeholder images which are distributed from the theme and can be replaced easily. So we're going to click no. All right. So now we have our theme selected. And now we have all of our choices, and we're going to click install. The admin user. Okay, so it wants me to go ahead and fill in my admin user part. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that part in and just edit. And we'll click install again and see if that. Click it on the bottom. All right, so now it's installing. So make sure when you click install that you're using the one on the bottom. And so it's almost all downloaded. It says it could take 3 to 4 minutes, so please do not lose the page until the progress is complete. All right, it says congratulations, the software was successfully installed. And now, let me just put this down here. We're going to actually go into WordPress, and I'm going to show you all of the features on how to best manage your on exactly what's going on behind the scenes here. So now we're here in the WordPress management, and we're going to go to login. And login is going to take us to the actual WordPress dashboard. And this is where all the magic happens. And I'm going to go through each of these things over here on this side. These are the things that we need to be concerned with on our website. So let's take a quick dashboard tour to help you better understand exactly what's going on back here. All right, so this is, again, the dashboard, and at the top you can see Donna's website services. Donna's website service. You click, there's a button to click home if you're like in different sections of the website. You can always click home to bring you back to this page. This one here has my sites. Remember, we clicked multiple sites, so if you have another website that you're launching, you can click there to get to your different sites. This is how you make a post. Now, what is a post? A post is a blog page. For example, this one is called Hello World. So when someone looks up your website, it'll say Hello World. They won't see this. They'll see the actual website happening. And this is how you make a web page. You click the post, and you can either get to all of your posts, which this is all posts. You can add a new post if you click that button, and it's going to ask you to make a title. And you can write an article, you can create a sale, you can do all kinds of cool things, and it'll actually populate right up on your web browser. And this is, some more in-depth stuff, but we'll actually go over this when we go through and actually create the web pages. But that's what a post is. Now we're going to go to the next tab, and the next tab is media. Now, what is media? Media is the place where you have pictures, where you have videos, where you have GIFs, where you have audio content. All of the things that you want to put on your site that consist of images, sound, or video will be in this section here. So you can add a new one, or you can have stuff saved in your library. Pages. So what are pages? Pages are the place where you have the actual sections of your website. So for example, this is the About page. So when you click on About, it's going to actually show you what your website is about, like as if. All right. So this is what a finished website looks like. 11 Lemons. I love this website. I love the way it's set up. It's so nice and clean and inviting. So I chose this website. But, so again, this is our back end, the About page. So when you want to create an About page, you click the About button, but the output is going to look like this, About. And you can name it whatever you want, but About most people know what about is. And this is the finished version of what your about page could potentially look like. It has what your website is actually about. Or another page would be contact. So let's go to the completed website again. Let's say we want to contact this person. So we go to the contact section. And after you put all your information into the contact part of the back end, this is what you're going to actually get. A place where you can contact your business and whatever other information that you put in there. So that's an example of a contact form. So that's what pages are. It helps you actually load the content that you want people to see on your website. You have a comment section, so if you want people to comment or leave their opinions, or they have questions on a specific part of your website, if you have your comments enabled, they can leave a comment there. Here is the, and that's comments. This is the appearance section. And the appearance section is where we chose our theme that we already chose, or we can go in, we can customize it. And if you click customize, it's going to give us the opportunity to actually, so this is the customization section of our blog. This is how we make the finished website. This is potentially how your blog could look, similar to it. This is the place where you make that happen here. It lets you choose your typography, which is another fancy word for the different type of lettering. Fonts is what we call them. The style of the font you want. Your sidebar, which would be the place on the side where people see your picture and different things like that. Page layering, site identity. All of that stuff happens here, but we'll go over this part in complete thorough detail when we actually set up our site in the next video. This video is dedicated to all the different features in the WordPress dashboard and what they mean. So this is the place for plugins. And the plugins is a fancy word, or the word that we use for the different software you can use to make your blog function better. Like you can get a SEO plugin, which means site engine optimization, which helps web browsers find your website easier. Or you might have get a form plugin, which is a way where people can put in their email or whatever so they can contact you. Or there's all kinds of different plugins to help making your blog look good and function better. So users who you want to use your website, but we can kind of steer clear of this one. Hopefully as a small business owner, you're going to be the only one managing it, or a solopreneur, or you might have maybe one or two other people who you trust to use your password and get into this section. So it's not really necessary to get into this section of it unless that's something that you choose to do. Here you have your tools, how you import and export data, things of that nature. And you probably won't be using a lot of this section either, but just to point it out and let you know that it's here. This is your settings, general, writing, reading, discussion, permalinks. We possibly will be using this, but not a lot. A lot of this stuff we can leave to default. We just want to keep it nice and simple and get our blog set up and functioning so people can find you online and know what services you offer, begin to engage with you virtually. If you have a brick and mortar location, if they Google you, they can find your website on Google and get you some traffic that way into your store. Or if you have an online store, it'll help people locate your online store, which of course you would probably have a website anyway, and so they can begin to purchase your products. And you can get into their hands all of the important things they need to have whatever problems they have. Your product or your services will be that solution for them. And these other things we won't need to work with right now at that time. Those are the main things that we need to be aware of when we are creating our website. So, with all of that being said, so there you have it. That is the back end of our free small business website that's going to set us up for success and give us the good, solid foundation for scaling our website into something amazing and incredible. So remember, click subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Leave a comment so I can answer any questions that you have. And if you'd like to see any type of additional comment or content, let me know. And look out for part 3 where we're actually going to be setting up the website. This has been amazing. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and have yourself an amazing day. You are on your way to having the bestest, most successful website, small business website ever. All right.